This is question 4 from Reading Comprehension passage number 1 in Reading Comprehension section 1 from LawHub.LSAC.org's LSAT PrepTest number 158. And we've got our highlighted sentences already completed, and you can review the prior video on how we got to those highlights if you have questions about that upfront read. But we're going to address question 4 specifically, starting by reading the task. According to the passage, which one of the following is true of underground water? So I'm going to just highlight which is true of underground water. And I have to go find underground water. And I hopefully remember from our upfront read, the paragraph 1 is a bunch of details and background on this deep well injection. That's not concerned with underground water. The second paragraph is concerned with the problems with deep well injection that are more pertaining to the chemicals and the mistakes by the personnel. That's not so much about the underground water itself. But the third paragraph, we can find this phrasing, and if you want to use a non-pink color highlight, we can highlight the phrase water in underground because that's the same as underground water. But this illustrates why that find text tool isn't necessarily all that helpful. Because if you type in underground water, and we'll try here, it kind of doesn't find it. I've underlined my underground, but I won't find anything highlighted in here. It's a weird functionality, and that's why we're not going to really engage with this. It's generally going to be better to skim for what you're looking for, and I'm going to re-highlight my underground water here because it took it away when I used that functionality for whatever reason. And it is known that this functionality is a little bit wonky even in the actual exam. So we'll read a sentence above and a sentence below that reference of water in underground for full context. So, third problem associated with deep well injection arises from the fact that it is nearly impossible to predict how the injected waste will be acted on by the geological features of the injection area. Unlike surface water, the water in underground rock strata does not flow entirely under the influence of gravity. Moving along subterranean pressure gradients, it can flow in any direction and in some cases can be transported thousands of meters per year through geologic faults, porous rock, or other geologic formations. And if I'm so inclined, I can highlight in a non main idea sentence highlight color that information that is clearly pertaining to the subject. So now we can just cross check our answer choices against this specific excerpt in orange to be much more efficient in evaluation. So starting with choice A, it can be suitable as a source of public drinking water even when contaminated by low levels of deep well injected waste. Well, no, we don't want contamination of our drinking water, so we'll eliminate choice A. We'll scroll down because choice A is definitely wrong and we don't have to revisit it. Choice B, it can seldom be found at depths of less than 200 meters in regions in which deep well injection is practiced. This is a little bit of a nuisance. I'm probably going to leave this open because specific details with numbers such as this can be correct, but we don't want to hunt and peck unless it's absolutely necessary. So we'll just leave choice B open for now and see if any of C, D, or E directly matches what we've highlighted in orange. So choice C, it can seldom be used as a source of water for industrial processes. Well, we didn't discuss water for industrial processes, so we can eliminate choice C. Next, choice D, it can contain a high concentration of salt as a result of contamination by deep well injected waste. Well, we're not discussing the high concentration of salt. There isn't a discussion of contamination of the water suddenly having salt because of that. So this is a bit too specific. We can eliminate choice D. Then choice E, it can move from one underground formation to another due to factors other than gravity. Ding, ding, ding. That is absolutely this highlight in orange. And that's how you want to address these specific detail question tasks as I erase just so that I can work through my next question. I want to proactively identify what I believe to be the relevant excerpt so that I focus on it. And if an answer choice matches it, I don't even have to go cross check for choice B for that 200 meters. But if we go up just to the prior paragraph, we see that the 200 meters is right here. And that's discussing the example of the workers installing this 500-meter deep well. And there's no other mention of 200 meters specifically. So this has nothing to do with underground water, but you could save yourself the time of engaging it fully by just going straight to what was relevant in paragraph 3 and proactively selecting choice E.